If you are a gaming history connoisseur, if someone says the words Brazil, then the first game console that may pop into your head may very well be the Sega Master System. This 8-bit system famously flourished in the region way past the point that it had been discontinued elsewhere, which meant that, with this expanded lifespan, new games and regional exclusives that would never leave this South American country would be released. So join me today as we not only cover this quirky chapter in video game history, but also look at some of the great exclusives that the region has to offer. I am Lady Decade, and these are Brazil's Sega Master System games that we couldn't play. Tectoy is a Brazilian consumer electronics and video game company that has been in operation since 1987. One of the notable aspects of Tectoy's history is its association with the Sega Master System. You see, Tectoy secured a licensing agreement with Sega to produce and distribute Sega's products in Brazil. The Sega Master System, Sega's 8-bit video game console, became particularly successful in the Brazilian market thanks to Tectoy's efforts. Tectoy not only distributed the Master System but also localized it for the Brazilian audience, translating games into Portuguese and adapting the hardware to suit the local market better. What may come as a surprise to those not familiar with this strange chapter in gaming's legacy is that Tectoy continued to support the Master System for many years, even after it had been discontinued in most other parts of the world. Aside from many new games, the company released new versions of the console, including portable versions and combo systems that included built-in games. This support helped the Master System maintain popularity in Brazil long after its decline in other regions, with a new iteration of the Master System currently being sold in the country even today. So let's dig into the many exciting games that could only be experienced in Brazil. Journeying back to the gaming landscape of 1994, we had Dynamite Headdy, a platformer that has etched its name as a critically acclaimed classic in the annals of Sega Mega Drive history. Developed by the esteemed Treasure and published by Sega, this title most famously unfolds as a pixelated masterpiece on the Mega Drive, receiving accolades for its engaging gameplay and impressive graphics. While the world witnessed scaled-down ports for the Sega Game Gear, it was the Brazilian gaming community that was treated to the unique experience of a port for the Sega Master System, bringing the magic of Dynamite Headdy to the big screen in an 8-bit rendition. In this 8-bit incarnation, players are introduced to Headdy, the protagonist armed with a unique ability, the power to launch his head as a projectile to vanquish enemies. The creativity doesn't stop there, as Headdy can also employ the detached heads as tools, transforming them into various structures and objects that aid in the journey through the pixelated landscapes. The heads themselves serve as more than mere projectiles, providing a myriad of active power-ups that bestow different effects upon Headdy and, in turn, alter the dynamics of the gameplay. While the 8-bit version of Dynamite Headdy may not quite reach the pinnacle set by its 16-bit counterpart on the Mega Drive, it remains a commendable effort, offering Brazilian players a unique and enjoyable gaming experience. Understanding the inherent limitations of the Sega Master System, players can appreciate the dedication poured into translating the magic of Dynamite Headdy to the big screen. The game's worth is underscored by its impressive graphics, a testament to the capabilities of the Sega Master System and the ingenuity of the developers. A notable Brazilian exclusive in the Sega Master System's game library is Ariel, the Little Mermaid, a title released to coincide with the popularity of the 1989 Disney animated film of the same name, and when I say released to coincide with the movie's popularity, I mean several years later when Master Systems were affordable in Brazil. In Ariel, the Little Mermaids for the Master System, players are given the choice to control either the titular character Ariel or her father, King Triton. The gameplay unfolds within a series of underwater levels reminiscent of those found in other aquatic-themed games like Ecco the Dolphin. A standout feature of the game is the freedom of movement, allowing players to navigate in any direction by using either character, enhancing the immersive experience of exploring the undersea world. Familiar side characters from The Little Mermaid film make appearances such as Flounder and Sebastian. These characters play integral roles in aiding the player on their quest. The game is nothing special, but when I was a little girl, I'm not gonna lie, I would have been able to find amusement from this one. In essence, Ariel the Little Mermaid for the Master System presents players with a unique underwater adventure that, despite mixed critical reception, adds a distinctive chapter to the Sega Master System's gaming legacy. In the vibrant landscape of Brazil's Sega Master System, 1996 witnessed the release of Baku Animal, a charming and engaging title that added a unique twist to the puzzle game genre. In this captivating game, players are tasked with the delightful challenge of aligning falling blocks featuring an exotic menagerie of animals and delectable foodstuffs. The primary objective of Baku Animal revolves around the strategically aligning these falling blocks, creating connections between animals and their preferred food items. A fascinating mechanic comes into play as when an animal block aligns adjacent to its corresponding food tile, the animal indulges in its favourite treat. The gameplay becomes increasingly dynamic as larger groups of connected food of the same type result in higher scores when consumed. At its core, the objective of Baku Animal is to outwit and outmaneuver opponents, strategically placing blocks to create a scenario where one of the adversaries is rendered unable to continue placing blocks of their own. This is a fun, addictive puzzle game that, sadly, most Master System owners can't access. In the illustrious realm of video game development, 1993 witnessed the emergence of a remarkable title known as Battletoads in Battle Maniacs. Crafted with the ingenuity by the acclaimed developers at Rare, this game was initially designed to captivate the gaming audience with its unique blend of action, adventure and challenge. However, what makes this particular iteration even more intriguing is its exclusive port to the Sega Master System. This move would later set it apart in the gaming landscape, particularly in Brazil. Playing as Rash and Pimple, players are thrust into a high-stakes mission to thwart the nefarious plans of the alluring Dark Queen, who harbours ambitions of world domination. While Battletoads in Battle Maniacs received praise for its commendable efforts in delivering varied gameplay experiences, it did not escape the critical eye for its level of difficulty. Its exclusive port to the Sega Master System in Brazil added a unique chapter to its legacy, making it a noteworthy hard-to-find collectible for Battletoads fans. Bonkers Wax Up takes centre stage as a Brazil exclusive instalment in the Bonkers series. This particular title follows in the footsteps of the two previous Bonkers games. Originally introduced to the gaming world in 1994, the Bonkers series draws its inspiration from the animated Disney series of the same name, offering players an opportunity to delve into the whimsical world of the charismatic and zany Bobcat police officer. The premise of Bonkers Wax Up invites players into the narrative of exploring a haunted mansion, setting the stage for a thrilling investigation. As players navigate the platformer-style gameplay, the experience takes on the characteristics of a 2D maze game, adding an extra layer of complexity to the adventure. The overarching goal is to gather vital clues that propel the investigation forward, unravelling the mysteries concealed within the eerie confines of the haunted mansion. Players navigating the haunted mansion are offered a strategic choice when dealing with enemies. Rather than facing head-on confrontations, the game's design allows for a more accessible path, encouraging players to avoid enemies rather than engaging in direct combat skillfully. This design choice, while contributing to the game's accessibility, has led to some observations that Bonkers Wax Up leans towards the easier side of the difficulty spectrum. On the whole, Bonkers Wax Up presents players with an enjoyable journey into the world of Bonkers, filled with whimsy, mystery, and unique gameplay elements. However, its perceived lack of difficulty may be a point of consideration for those seeking a more challenging gaming experience. Castello Rá-Tim-Bum is a captivating action-adventure game that beckons players to embark on a magical quest. Offering a choice between two characters, Pedro and Biba, players are thrust into a whimsical journey spanning 5 distinct levels. Navigating through the game's intricately designed levels involves a combination of platforming prowess and minor puzzle-solving elements. The challenges range from skillfully jumping over a sequence of platforms to unravelling puzzles within the confines of a kitchen, delving into drawers to uncover items in the correct order. Whether you opt for the measured approach with Pedro or embrace Biba's speedier style, Castelo Rá-Tim-Bum invites players into a world where magic, mystery and adventure converge in a delightful blend of Brazilian uniqueness. Ecco the Tides of Time is an action-adventure game that unfolded its aquatic marvels in the gaming realm back in 1994. Developed by Nova Trade International, published by Sega, and initially released for various Sega-supported gaming consoles, this title marks the second installment in the renowned Ecco the Dolphin series, promising players a continuation of the captivating narrative introduced in its predecessor, along with a sprinkle of new gameplay elements. The title maintains the essence of its predecessor's gameplay while introducing a host of novel additions. This version of the game offers a distinct experience that appears more slow-paced and challenging than its Mega Drive counterpart. But the graphics, tailored to the capabilities of the Sega Master System, demonstrate the system's potential and provide a visually appealing backdrop to Ecco's underwater escapades. Ferias Frustradas do Pica is a platforming video game that roughly translates to Woody Woodpecker's frustrated holiday. Developed and published by Tectoy, this game graced both the Sega Mega Drive and a Sega Master System, offering players the chance to step into the feathery shoes of the iconic Woody Woodpecker. While the premise promises a whimsical adventure, the reality of the gameplay has garnered mixed reviews, leaving players with a tale of frustration and challenging controls. At its core, the game presents itself as a platformer where players control Woody Woodpecker, navigating through various levels filled with obstacles, enemies and, regrettably, a set of control issues. The gameplay, while fundamentally straightforward, can become frustrating very quickly due to the control's slowness and unresponsiveness. Despite the criticisms, the game unfolds as a visual treat on the hardware, with Tectoy striving to capture the essence of the beloved Woody Woodpecker character, even if the gameplay itself misses the mark. Legend of Illusion, starring Mickey Mouse, is a captivating game released in Brazil in 1997 that crystallizes the enchanting adventures of the beloved Mickey Mouse. Initially making its debut in Japan in 1995 on the Game Gear as Mickey Mouse Densetsu Takaku, this game serves as the grand finale to the Illusion series, weaving a tale of whimsy and challenge for players to immerse themselves in. Diverging from the conventional mechanics of other Illusion games, Mickey Mouse adopts a unique strategy to defeat enemies in this installment. Rather than the familiar bouncing method, Mickey takes on adversaries by skillfully hurling bars of soap at them, introducing an element of surprise and creativity to the gameplay. This departure from the norm adds a refreshing twist to the series, showcasing the developers' commitment to innovation. This multifaceted experience encompasses puzzle levels, scrolling shooter levels, and the promise of multiple endings. The visual presentation of the game stands out, with graphics that reflect a commitment to quality. The vibrant and detailed visuals contribute to the immersive nature of Mickey's magical journey, bringing the iconic character and the fantastical world to life. While not without its minor critiques, the game has an enduring appeal. Who doesn't remember the madness that was Earthworm Jim? Initially developed by the creative minds at Cyime Entertainment, this run-and-gun platforming video game introduces players to the eccentric world of Jim, an ordinary earthworm donning a robotic suit, embarking on a relentless battle against evil forces, and, in Brazil, he would find a home on the Sega Master System. Despite the hardware limitations, this version manages to retain the irreverent, wacky sense of humour that endeared the game to its fans on its 16-bit counterparts. Jim, the anthropomorphic earthworm with a penchant for daring exploits, continues his zany adventures on the 8-bit stage. The core elements of the game, including the offbeat humour and unconventional storyline, remain intact, delivering an experience that mirrors the charm of its more advanced iterations. However, the 8-bit version does face certain limitations, primarily in the realm of graphics. While it faithfully captures the essence of Earthworm Jim, the graphical detail obviously does not feature the same level of quality found on more powerful platforms. One aspect, for example, that players might notice in the 8-bit rendition is the potential for choppy animation, a consequence of navigating within the constraints of the Sega Master System's capabilities. The limited number of buttons on the controllers also pose a challenge to precise control, affecting the fluidity of gameplay. However, these nuances, while worth noting, don't detract from the sheer fun and uniqueness that Earthworm Jim brings to the table. Mickey Mouse in Mickey's Ultimate Challenge is a delightful video game that famously took centre stage on the Sega Mega Drive. Developed by High-Tech Expressions, this charming creation offers an engaging experience for young players. Not only did it captivate Mega Drive audiences, but it also found its way to the Sega Game Gear, offering a scaled-down port for handheld enjoyment. Remarkably, in Brazil, the Sega Master System welcomed its version, further extending the reach of Mickey's enchanting escapades. Geared primarily towards the younger demographic, Mickey's Ultimate Challenge curates a compilation of 5 simple yet entertaining Disney-themed minigames. As players guide Mickey through these whimsical challenges, they encounter puzzles and tasks designed to stimulate young minds and foster a sense of accomplishment. The game's intention to cater to a younger audience is evident in its design, incorporating iconic Disney elements and characters to create an immersive and age-appropriate gaming experience. This 8-bit rendition ensures that the magic of Disney and the charm of Mickey Mouse can be enjoyed on the big screen, catering to fans of the iconic character in the Brazilian gaming community. It feels like FIFA has been around forever. However, we would first be able to step onto the virtual pitch with the inaugural FIFA game, FIFA International Soccer. This particular port holds a distinct significance, especially given Brazil's fervour for the sport, exemplified by the country's storied history in both the World Cup and Copa America. As a nation that has left an indelible mark on football's global stage, the release of this Master System version in Brazil is a testament to the country's passion for the beautiful game. In a region where football is not merely a sport but a way of life, the existence of a Master System port of FIFA International Soccer is particularly fitting. Brazil's deep-rooted love for football, evidenced by its numerous championships and legendary players, aligns seamlessly with the essence of the FIFA series. This exclusive release serves as a nod to the nation's enduring relationship with the sport, allowing gamers to experience the excitement of virtual football on a platform that resonates with Brazilian gaming enthusiasts. Football and the Sega Master System is a match made in heaven. Fire and Ice carved its niche with releases on the Amiga and the Atari ST, captivating players with its engaging gameplay. This classic title presents a challenge in each level to uncover and unlock the exit door, a task requiring the assembly of a key composed of 7 distinct pieces. While it initially garnered recognition on the Amiga and Atari ST platforms, an exclusive release on the Sega Master System in Brazil added another layer to the game's legacy. Considered a solid addition to the global platformer repertoire, this exclusive release underwent strategic adjustments to adapt to the hardware limitations of the Master System. Notably, the alterations included the creation of shorter levels with reduced detail and fewer on-screen enemies, a nod to the technical constraints of the hardware. While the levels may be shorter and possess fewer details, the essence of Fire and Ice remains intact, offering players a satisfying platforming experience. Diving into the brutal and visceral world of Mortal Kombat with the 3rd installment, aptly titled Mortal Kombat 3. This iconic series took the gaming world by storm, with the Master System version of this game emerging exclusively in Brazil. This port of the game didn't shy away from the graphic and gory attacks that had become synonymous with Mortal Kombat, ensuring that Brazilian gamers could immerse themselves in the intense and challenging combat that defined this franchise. Despite these positives though, the Master System version of Mortal Kombat 3, akin to its Sega Game Gear counterpart, underwent significant streamlining. This manifested in fewer playable characters, a reduction in frames of animation, and a limitation on the array of available moves. These drawbacks may exist, but the essence of Mortal Kombat's core gameplay remains intact, offering Brazilian players a taste of the intense one-on-one battles and fatalities that have become the series' hallmark. Quest for the Shaven Yak is a 1993 video game that brings the beloved characters Ren and Stimpy from the Nickelodeon cartoon to life in the gaming realm. As a faithful adaptation of the animated series, the game offers players the choice to step into the oversized shoes of either Ren or Stimpy, navigating through classic platforming environments rife with absurdity and humour. Players are presented with a delightful choice: embody Ren, the neurotic chihuahua, or Stimpy, the lovable dim-witted cat, each with their unique attributes and abilities. As players progress, they encounter bosses who pose a formidable challenge, adding a layer of excitement to the gameplay. While it may not reach the pinnacle of gaming perfection, the charm and humour inherent in Ren and Stimpy's world offers fans a delightful experience that transcends the limitations of its time, however sadly, only in Brazil. Remarkably, the gaming landscape in Brazil offers a unique twist to the legendary Street Fighter II franchise by introducing an 8-bit port exclusively for the Master System. While it may not reach the technical heights of its 16-bit counterparts, the mere existence of Master System Street Fighter adds a novel dimension to the gaming experience. This Brazilian rendition holds its own charm and allure, making it a venture worth exploring for enthusiasts of the iconic fighting game series. The limitations of the Master System hardware necessitated some adjustments, offering players a surprisingly playable and well-animated version that captures the spirit of the original. Stepping into the world of iconic characters like Liu, Ken and Chun-Li in an 8-bit realm adds a layer of nostalgia and curiosity for fans of the series. While it may lack the graphical finesse and expansive roster of its 16-bit counterparts, the game compensates with a level of playability that exceeds expectations. For those willing to overlook the technical constraints, this is a cool curiosity worth looking at. Virtua Fighter Animation is a versus fighting game that emerged onto the gaming scene in 1996. This game attempts to marry the iconic Virtua Fighter franchise with the narrative depth found in story-driven modes, providing players with a unique blend of storytelling and martial arts action. However, despite its aspirations, Virtua Fighter Animation falls short of achieving any form of greatness, resulting in it earning a reputation as a lackluster contender. Each stage unfolds with cutscenes that offer a glimpse into the characters' backgrounds and motivations. The twist lies in the restricted choice of characters available, with each one becoming unlocked after only being defeated in the story. This approach adds an element of progression, encouraging players to conquer opponents to expand their roster of playable characters. Virtua Fighter Animation faces criticism for its fighting mechanics, considered clunky by many, with them failing to deliver the fluidity and precision expected in the Virtua Fighter series. The controls in particular have been labelled as bizarre and seemingly random, contributing to a less than optimal player experience. As the gaming landscape evolves, this installment serves as a reminder that even well-established franchises can stumble in their pursuit of innovation and storytelling. X-Men Mojo World is a video game that graced the gaming landscape in the eventful year of 1996. This installment invites players to step into the formidable shoes of iconic X-Men characters, starting with the indomitable Wolverine and the powerful Rogue. As players progress, additional playable characters, including Gambit, Cyclops and more, can be unlocked. Notably, X-Men Mojo World shares its gaming engine with its predecessor, X-Men Game Master's Legacy, forging a thematic continuity. This shared engine ensures a seamless transition for players familiar with the previous title, providing a foundation for the evolution of the gaming experience within the X-Men universe. The objective is to navigate through the intricacies of 6 distinct levels, each presenting a myriad of challenges and enemies. Boss encounters, including formidable adversaries like Magneto, inject an extra dose of excitement and difficulty into the game. Marvel fans in particular may find the game enjoyable as it successfully captures the essence of the beloved comic book series and its characters, allowing players to feel like an integral part of the X-Men saga. So those are the Master System games from Brazil that you couldn't play. Comment below which of these intrigues you the most, then check out my video on Japan-only Sony PlayStation games. See you soon.